Welcome to another edition of the Fan Perspective. The biggest news in the NBA this week has been Jeremy Lin heading to Houston. Now, let's be honest, it shouldn't be too much of a shock that he's leaving New York. We knew that he would probably end up being a big money free agent. And what is he going to do in Houston? Well, he's going to make them money. The Rockets, they really pursued Jeremy Lin, offered him a huge contract because of Yao Ming. They already have a huge Asian fan base, and so this is going to get more people to tune into their games. It'll fill the stands. Jeremy Lin is going to Houston because he's going to sell tickets. Whether they win games or not has yet to be determined. They don't really have much of a team around him, and who knows what he'll be able to do with a full off season. And it might not be easy to acclimate to their offense, though. It's hard to predict exactly how well it's going to work out in the long run. Their offense could end up turning Lin into a bust, or it could be that Lin just happened to do well in the system that was run in New York, where people were already concentrating on Melo and Amari, which freed up the point guard spot. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm going to put my spotlight, though, on the Brooklyn Nets. I like some of the moves that they've been doing this year, and they are my surprise playoff team. I think they could easily be a top 6 team this year in the East. I wouldn't put them any higher than the 6th or 7th seed right now, but they've made some good moves. First of all, being able to keep both Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace. They gave Brook Lopez an extension. And the biggest news of all is that the Atlanta Hawks traded Joe Johnson to Brooklyn. I'm not sure why Atlanta would want to get rid of Joe Johnson. He is one of the best players on their team, one of the better veteran guards in the league. And I think it's a good addition to the team. And of course, it's being said that Dwight Howard wants to play in Brooklyn. More than likely, it probably will not happen this year. But if he does end up going there as a free agent next season, that definitely puts them, I think, at least in the top 4, if not better, depending on what happens with the other teams in the league. But they are looking really, really good right now, or at least on paper, not to mention their coaching staff includes Avery Johnson and PJ Carlesimo. Neither one of them have too many personal accolades, but I respect them greatly because of the years they spent under the tutelage of Greg Popovich, who is one of the top 3 head coaches all time in the NBA. If you look at what Popovich has done with the Spurs and how many consecutive years they've been winning 50-plus games and getting to the championship, getting to the playoffs and winning 4 championships. No, you definitely see some potential on this Brooklyn team because Avery and PJ both learned everything they know about coaching from this guy who is one of the all-time greats. And so many coaches in the league studied under him at one point in time, either as a player or as a coach. And so having both of them on staff, having playmakers like a veteran leader like Williams, having guys like Joe Johnson, Gerald Wallace, Brook Lopez, I think, this is a team that looks, at least on paper, like they could be a scary squad to go up against. I think they would definitely improve on the record that they had last year, just with that the addition of Joe Johnson. And also depending on what they do at center, because last I checked, the ex-Mr. Kardashian is a free agent at the moment. So we'll see what they do with their big men. But at this moment in time, yes, they look like a scary team that could be a potential sleeper. I wouldn't be shocked to see them in the playoffs.